So I guess now that you know a little bit more about how shield works in this game, how moon skill, how moon drive works, try to look for some of those things that they show off in the gameplay. Moon skill at round start. Yeah, I told you, man, like, the drive system so far. How did she get food? How did she start the rounds? How did she go in the drive at the very beginning? How did that work? Oh, you start with full. They just give you meter at the beginning? Or super. Huh? The tree hitter out of shield follow-up? What the fuck? No, it did not. So she does the invul tackle. So she spent meter to do that, and it interrupted. And she gets the side switch as a result. So yeah, that's okay. So that's smart. That's smart usage of it then, because she does what? Wake up, drive activate, shield, and this is what we were talking about before. So the invul diagonal tackle that you do, that costs meter. So she activates drive, spends 50% of it right away just to be able to get the invul, get out of that situation, side switch, and apparently it fatal counters. So I guess what was she doing? Whatever, it fatal counters. You get the chance to pick up. She gets a side switch conversion. So she spent, what, 50 moon meter to be able to do that? Worth it. Wow, what a back-ass pursuit. Launch. Molotov cocktail, and then kind of just jump in swing. Drive activate. Just mashing on moon skill, mashing on fucking on Molotov. What the fuck? Look at this moon skill. So remember, when you activate drive, this buffs some of your moon skills. So when she does the fucking Mistfinder, this shit looks like it covers half the fucking screen. What is that? That shit hits everywhere. So they've talked about this before, but one of the checkboxes that you have to have, one of the requirements for getting last arts, is you have to have 4, I think, super circuits, right? So when you lose a round like this, the comeback mechanic of this game is they give you more super. They give you more meter. So 3 bars is your normal limit, but it's like KOF style. You lose, now Hisui has 4. And they just give you the meter. That's something, I don't know how I feel about that. I know how I feel. I don't like that. I don't like them just giving you meter like that. For free? With the way this game is already, I don't like them just like giving you free meter like that. That's kind of out of pocket, but this is what it is so far. Alright, crush pushes down, pick up. What the fuck? Bro, why does the bento slide? Does the bento track to where you get knocked down? What the hell was that? That's how Kara Bento works now? It just looks funny. It just tracks like that? Stay seated. Okay. Same shit. Okay, so you heat out. Kohaku heats out of the Oki. And I wonder if the blowback here, I wonder if that gets rid of the items, you know? Like we saw before, the BC invul strike that Hisui did from shield, that killed the plant that Kohaku planted. So I'm thinking hits remove your items now? Air in the super. 3 times. That shit hits so many times. That shit hits entirely too long. What the fuck is that? She got the whole world in her hands. Okay, BC out of shield. Moon skill rush punches. You still gotta follow up after. Big fatal. And you see, that's the thing. A lot of people are talking about the shield system right now. Like I said, it's very reminiscent of Blitz Shield to me. I think it's a lot like Xrd series Blitz Shield with more options. So even more RPS. Which, person to person, you know, for me, right now, I don't mind it. At least the idea of it. That might be a very different reality once you start playing. But That's the thing. If you just delay, you can throw them. You can throw punish to shield attempts. You saw right there, just delay, go overhead. Okay, so they went crouch shield. I think that's the first time I've seen that too. That might be the first time I've seen like a crouch shield. Yeah, crouch shield, just go, yeah, delay it, go overhead, fine. But yeah, if you're not familiar with the Maids either, you can kind of see the differences and the variations in their playstyles too. Kohaku is much more about like that mid-range, right? That mid-range, being able to convert that into what? Different sword normals or specials like that. Hisui more about zoning, and then when she gets up close, she can make those conversions with like rush punches and stuff. That was the first gameplay video. This is the next one. Item throw, and then she uses that as a way to get in, right? That time does what? Jumping attack, canceled into rush punches. Moon skill rush punches, drop. Yes, the Type Lumina promotional video classic. Wake up, Moondrive activation, instantly shield. This is one reason why, in this case, you know, she has 100% meter, I guess, so it makes sense. But I'm worried about just the frequency. Like I said, I don't like that it's minimum 50. I think that shit should be 100. And I think that makes it better too, because it makes you have to be more cautious about how you spend your moon skills. Because I believe one of the conditions is you burn bar to do a moon skill, but if it's successful, you get a certain percentage back, right? I like the idea of like saving it up for that moon drive versus mashing that shit constantly, doing that shit constantly, and then just like, oh, 50%, I'm good, you know, that kind of thing. I think that pause button should be more precious, if that makes sense. It should be like valued higher. Yeah, an instant air dash broom, Molotov, and then relaunch. That shit's sick. That looks tight. Low touching the cactus. That cactus got hands, bro. How many times did that thing punch? So this is her thing too, right? It's different plants have different functions. Like there's the spinny tree that's good for being able to like lock you down and keep you, vacuum you into a certain spot. There's the cactus that I guess you could probably use for pressure too, being able to just kind of lock down like that. Then there's the mandragora, the one that spits fireballs. Those fireballs, I don't know if they showed off in this video. The fireballs are very fast. They cover, I don't know if they're full screen or not, but they go lightning quick, and she can convert off of them. And I think it shoots like 3 or 4. The plants in particular look very kind of nutty. You see, just like that, like what happened? It felt like 1 second they had no gauge, and then the next they're both popping drive, you know? I think it's too low. I think the minimum should be 100. Okay, so this is Moon Skill Bento. You can tell because Hisui uses the gauge, right? You see it deplete. But because it doesn't hit, she doesn't get any back. That's another, I guess, element of why I think it has similarities to Exert Blitz system. If it hits, you get some return. And you get, of course, you know, combo chance. They can do something out of it, of course. But if it's successful, you get your meter back. At least a portion of it. So she does Moon Skill Bento. It whiffs. Kohaku does not engage except for shielding it here. That shield is successful. So she gets the reward in her moon gauge. It collides with the fireball. Another moon skill that does not connect, so Hisui again. So much happens in this like 5 seconds. So she just backs up and she just activates. Cool. Just pause button, let me see what you're doing. They trade here. That's a whiff chair? What happened? What did she do in the air? What the hell is she doing? What is this? That is another... Oh, I see. That's another benefit of the Moon Drive. If you do some Moon skills in Moon Drive, it gives someone... You have the option... Do you have the option, or is it a set skill where some of the skills get Juggernaut frames? They get armor. So she's armoring through the table. She gets the cut. Unfortunately, her gauge is depleted now. But she spent all of that just to be able to get through that situation. She armors through the table, gets the cut. I have no idea how Hisui built this shit to 50%, but she gets it. And then pops immediately. Shield into, it looks like skill rush punches. Then just burns the last bit on super. Beat Bento to track, and then she runs and grabs him out of it. That's sick. Yeah, I hope they walk this back. I think Moondrive at 50 is too much. I think that would be better. Just me personally, just going off just how I feel watching, I think it would be better if it was 100. So this is a good example, right? So what you were saying. Hisui gets full screen, throws items. So she throws furniture. Look what Kohaku does. Jump, shield. So, with the way the moon skill system works, that successful shield gives her a chunk of a meter. Now granted, she jumped in the air and shielded like that, but, you know. You have to be aware that, I guess, when you're pitching projectiles like that, it's something to consider. Bro, the fucking trees. Look at this. This tree got hands. God damn. How many hits? That's like 12 hits. Did she try to move? What the fuck was that? That was a moon skill cactus? I wonder what Moondrive moon skill cactus. What the fuck does that look like? How many times does it punch? Okay, so in this case, yeah, the B follow-up out of shield saved her. Got her out of that situation. Able to teleport behind her. Beat out the cactus, but back in this situation. Yeah, see? So that's the EX plan. She spends meter for this, but look at the speed on these fireballs, too. And it spits more than one for sure. I don't know if you can control it or if there's like if it shoots a set number, but it definitely shoots several fireballs. Up more than 3 for sure. So Hisui shields it. Successful shield. Spends half the bar here. Spends half the moon gauge. Because she knows in that situation Kohaku has a pretty big advantage. She goes for the invul follow-up. It hits. Big launch. Gets a follow-up. That looked like less than half. I wonder if it was because it hit. You build it, yeah. If you spend gauge in this game out of those shielded situations, all those options on hit have return, right? Like, maybe not all of them. I think maybe not the B follow-up, but BC you spend 50% of the moon gauge to do it, right? But when it hits, when it makes contact, you get some back. So that's why it looked like less than 50% because it hit. Yeah, it might have even been the shield itself. That's because that's also a way to build that gauge. What the fuck? What was this? This shit looks so goddamn stupid. What the hell was that? Alright, so open with item throw. EX item throw? Oh, she does the cake. No, she does item throw and then cake. So what? How did she even do? Okay, so it's shield, counter shield. She shields the cake? What does she shield? Oh, I see. Okay. So Hisui shields... Wait, what? Kohaku shields the furniture throw? She does teleport, so it homes. And then this is... Okay, so she does shield. B, follow up, so it's teleport. Hisui, we just went over the mechanics video, right? You can counter shield in this game. So she counter shields. The B teleport from the shield on the item. Both of them do the BC follow-up. Hisui burns the bar to do it? How does Kohaku do this? They both just spend 50%? Yeah. They spend 50%, it clashes? Cool. Then big fatal counter up there, yeah. So Kohaku tried to shield in the air, and Hisui gets the touch. Big counter hit. You drop forever, right into the cake. Look at the damage. Vivento? Huh? Everybody's favorite. Wake up Moondrive. Wake up Moondrive. Shield. Or is it? No, she does Juggernaut frames on Molotov Cocktail. Yeah. So she activates the armor for this time. The rare not Moondrive activate shield. Moondrive activate armor. Armor frames on and then go into Molotov Cocktail. And then into fucking Mistfinder. Shit. So she spent all of her Moondrive just to be able to do that. High touch again. Launch and drop. Ooh. So what is this EX cat? That's not EX cactus. That's a moon skill cactus, right? So look at Kohaku's meter. Yeah, so she spends this on this is moon skill cactus. What does the moon skill cactus do? We'll never find out. That thing's just punching away. It already got shielded. B teleport. It's successful. It hits. So Hisui now has drive. Drive on deck. That was off of shield B teleport? No, she spends... Okay, so she had all that meter to work with. She goes BC follow up, spends the meter. Gets the touch for it. In the super, Bento set again. Wake up heat. So she puts the spinny tree. But wake up moon skill rush punches? Wake up moon skill rush punches? It gets the touch. Okay, so that's important. Something that you can take away from this is characters with item sets that kind of act independently of the character. So stuff like trees. You know, I guess like the traditional good example would be like Chaos, right? If Chaos was in this game and he could put the deer out. It looks like the direction that they went in this game is, if you get touched when your animal or your plant or your thing is out there, then it disappears. It looks like that's the direction. So I wonder if Bento kind of works the same way. Because tree here, you saw as soon as she... Moon skill gets the tree touch. Yeah, I guess that works out to where it's probably like a little bit less oppressive, right? I think that's probably really frustrating for new players when they pick up the game and somebody, like you put a deer on somebody, you hit the other person and then the deer hits you and you just get fucked for it, you know, or whatever. I don't know. We'll have to see how it plays out, but that's just a noticeable change right off the bat. EX rush punches, it touches Kohaku, the tree disappears. That's something you can take away and learn from the video. And then this is the one from a few days ago. I haven't watched yet. That's another thing too. You gotta remember with Akiha, she has that passive where her grabs and some attacks restore white health like this. So you see even just off that grab ender at the end. Look at her health go up. So that way if she activates heat after this, she can get more health back. It's just, yeah, that's something character unique for her. It's a story thing. But you see, she gets the grab touch at the end, and that goes up. Alright, so what happened here? Does moon skill? This functions as an overhead, right? B teleport, but Arc does the BC follow-up, so they phase through each other. Because that has invul, it goes through other follow-ups. You gotta remember that. Wow. Shield and just raw counter. Pull back. Rings and rings and rings. Side switch. Arc, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Arc looks mad fun in this game. Drop, alright. Wake up, heat. So she jumps into the rings just to shield it completely. Just because that'll remove it, you know? But I can't tell what she's getting for it. Is she even getting meter? Watch her meter. Watch her moon gauge. Watch her super gauge. So that's the other thing too. When you activate moon drive, your super gauge just slowly rises anyway. She's getting normal meter, but that's a passive from the moon drive activation. You don't gain moon meter in moon drive, but magic circuit, you gain meter passively when you've activated. So I don't know if that's... That looked cheap. That looked cheap. Ooh. Oof. Bruh. That jumps. Bruh. What is happening in this space? What is happening here? That girl got some legs on her. I'm trying to say, bruh, that. God damn. And you know that's an air counter hit. She's gonna fall like a rock all day to pick up. Drop. Charge overhead. Yeah. We going to the corner. Drop you again. Wake up. Trying to zone with rings. And you see that's classic Melty right there. It still has this. Okay, you want to play air footsies? You want to try to put some normals out there, trying to space me out? Fine. I'll hit you with the classic. Quick startup. Very reliable. We're jockeying for position. Very reliable. Jump A counter hit. And look at that. You fall like a rock. Drop like a rock. I got all day to confirm this. Pick up. That's classic. Into the super too. I think that's super sick. I love that one. That's probably one of my favorite ones in this game. Nice shield pickup. Yeah, the love tap. It's reliable just because of the fast startup, right? And the thing is, if you get that air counter hit, regardless if it was a jump C, a jump B, jump A, you're still gonna have all that time to be able to see it, assess it, confirm it, you know? Big fatal there from jump C, yeah. That move is so cheap, dude. Be followed up by the shield. Moon skill to be able to blow back like that, but then finds herself right in the corner. Eats the Rekkas. Right into the hard drive. Not going to be enough to kill. Never mind, it is. Oh, she was already dead. I'm tripping. The more I've watched, there's definitely aspects of Old Melty in there. But it feels like it's more and more its own kind. It's not really afraid to be its own kind of thing, you know? But in a way to where I don't really feel alienated either. It's weird. It's difficult to explain. If you're somebody who's never played the series before or anything like that, that shouldn't really hold you back, I think, from looking at it and giving it a shot. Just because I think for a lot of people, this is going to be a new experience, you know? Yeah, but it looks fun. Still, is the thing. There's definitely some things about it that I want to, I guess, have them more carefully examine. You know, definitely like minimum 50% activation for Moondrive. I'm like, that should be 100, I'm thinking. But, you know, we'll see how it develops. It's something that I definitely expect them to take maybe a patch or two to kind of figure out. That's one of those systems and one of those things where I think that's going to take them time to really sweet spot, you know? Like, the correct answer is probably not 50. But is it 100 too? I don't know. You know, we have to, like, just kind of, you have to give that time. Part of getting into a new fighting game, this is something that I think the new gen of players, I think a lot of players that came in with Street Fighter V, Dragon Ball Fighters, etc., they probably are passively learning this lesson. A lot of people that came in with Strive too, they are passively learning this age-old lesson that you have to kind of take the first version of some of these games and go into them with the mindset of like, okay, let's see how this develops, let's see where this goes. If you hop into any of these kinds of games, especially not a French break game, if you know anything about Old Melty or Under Night and where it starts versus how it ends, that is not a reasonable expectation. I'm expecting some busted ass shit with this game. Dude, this game is gonna be, I mean, just a spread eagle week one. I'm expecting some nasty shit. Like, I want to say less than 7 days. I expect like some nasty OSs to come up, some infinite, semi-infinites, whatever. I think this thing's gonna be just busted wide open very quickly. But the thing is, can it still be fun in between the time where it's like that, up until the point where this company, who has, I think, generally a pretty good track record of making really good changes and really good versions of their games, in between that time, can the game still be fun enough to keep you entertained? I think that's a hard challenge for fighting games now. I'm curious to see if this one can nail it. But yo, that's going to do it for me for this gameplay video. Hopefully y'all enjoyed what y'all saw. Let me know if anything stood out to y'all, if y'all think anything's cool, if you think something's whack. I'll talk to y'all in the comments below. Be easy.